A very good morning to you. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Sports This Morning. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
And I'm Cecilia Morgwe. And of course, where else are we going to start from this morning? Except, well, with the Channel's International Kids Cup. 8 schools all set now. The quarter-final stage is set. So we're going to know those that will be in the semi-finals and also in the finals today. Yeah. It's all goals, 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 and fun.
Yeah, we'll keep you. We'll give you all the information you need to know as the teams jostle for the 2 available slots for Lagos State in the Channel's International Kids Cup. Okay, let's travel abroad quickly. Cherry news for Manchester United fans and for football lovers all across the globe. We've been monitoring the health status of former Manchester United Sir Alex Ferguson, and the news is that he is recovering well, and that's heartwarming.
He no longer needs the intensive care.
He's out of intensive care.
Yep, that's good news. Also on the show, we'll be talking about Novak Djokovic. Well, when will this guy finally find his feet, or rather the form that he had 2-3 years ago? He's yet to find it, because right now he crashed in the second round of the Madrid Open, and this is something we didn't see coming, because we were thinking Djokovic is back and better. But this time around, where he lost to a player that he's ranked very low.
World number 22. That's talking about Britain's Britain's number 1. It's not Andy Murray for now. Kyle Edmund, he lost. Well, for me, Cecilia, it didn't really come as a surprise. You know,
really,
it didn't come as a surprise because you and I know he's not back.
Novak took out.
He's not back.
He took out Dimitrov, right?
No, he took out. No, not Dimitrov. Keiji Nishikori.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah, he's not back to his best. He is not. And if look, I remember 2010, 2011 when it became a force, a strong force, started beating Roger Federer and Nadal anywhere, any surface. But that's not the Djokovic, the Jokernaut that we're used to seeing. Will he get back to the Novak that we know him to be? We'll wait to see. That is why this is not a disappointment. Have the doubt, because that is why this is not a disappointment.
You know, when I watched his game against Keiji Nishikori, I felt, okay, Keiji Nishikori, I understood when he pulled out of Barcelona Open and all that, thinking, okay, he was going to rest, and he came back. And with Novak Djokovic ups and down, you really can't predict what he's bringing into a particular game. And remember when he crashed out at the Monte Carlo? Yeah, it was even in Barcelona Monte Carlo when he says he needs more game. I'm thinking, okay, coming into Madrid Open, he knows that he needs more game to prepare himself for the French Open, which is starting 27th of this month. I felt he needed to get at least to a semi-final here, you know, for him to really prepare for, I don't know, I'm just thinking,
you see,
just something not
for
right
Novak. I think it's just about the road to recovery. And I know he's disappointed, but he's not going to take all of this to heart, because he knows it's a long way to recovery.
I remember he has won this championship twice, right?
Yes.
I mean, and if you check since the beginning of this year, he has never won a deciding set. So there's something fundamentally wrong that he really needs to.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's his road to recovery. And when we look at what happens at the Italian Open and the Paris, then we'll know if Novak is going to be a contender at the French Open. That is when. But for now, he can take that loss, go and look at all the elbow or whatever it is to look at again, and we'll see.
Okay. For Kyle Edmund, well, next for him is David Goffin. We'll see how far he will go there. Now, Djokovic, he's got the reactions from this loss.
Well, you know, look, you know, there are obvious things that are not working well for me, but I have to keep on working on them and pray that and hope that my game will get stronger, get better, as definitely as the matches. You know, go the distance, especially, you know, in such big tournaments against quality players. You gotta step in, and I tried, but obviously, yeah, it wasn't to be today, and hopefully next one.
Yeah, up to the next one. I will see how that is. Edmond also has been reacting.
You don't get to beat Novak every day.
You understand that.
So enjoy the moment. So British Kyle Edmund had his views too after that crucial game. So let's listen to him, what he had to say, how excited he is, and looking ahead to his next game at the Madrid Open.
Obviously very happy to be a player like Novak. like I said earlier, reaching the semi-finals of a Grand Slam was a great experience for me. You know, like new environment, new pressures mentally, and so it was a lot. You know, it was good for me to learn. So it's good after that. Take some time, reflect, but also just use it and bank it, and use that experience in these situations. I think I did that. I kept calm. Just realised that my game is, you know, is enough. I don't have to do more against the top player, and I was very pleased how I sort of managed it, especially in the third set, going down to 40.
Yeah, like Cecilia said, who will not be pleased? But then again, it's coming up against David Goffin, so we'll see how far it can go later today. He's going to be in action. All right, let's talk about a man who there's no dispute. Nobody argues about how good he is, and his only opponent is himself.
On clay.
On clay, that is. Yeah. On clay, that is. Thank you for that. So let's talk about Rafael Nadal quickly. Cecilia, the man... said,
20th straight victory on clay. Yeah.
The man says, I hope to be fit. That's just it. That's the only thing he needs. I hope to be fit.
And when is that?
A fit Nadal on clay is like playing against two guys.
Yeah, I mean, Guy Monfils, it was easy for Rafael Nadal, 6-3, 6-1, no contest in that one. Yeah. I mean, he received a bye, of course, in the opening round. 17 winners. I mean, he just went on to lose just one of his 13 service points, and that was in the second set before he sealed the victory.
And to show how dominant he is on clay, one of the surfaces in Spain has been named after him. And one of the things he said, look, it doesn't matter where I play. I want to give the fans the best, and the fans were rooting for him all along.
48 consecutive sets on the surface now. Too shy of breaking what John McEnroe did far back in 1984. And he had 49 straight sets win on clay. Now he is on 48 now, just two more, and we know he's going to get that. He's going to set another one higher that no one may be able to come close in the next 20 years. I think that's what Rafael Nadal is going to do in this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Defending champions, he was only 5 times, right? He's going for his 6th title now, and he's contending against him not to get the 6th one. No one.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay.
So, more guys still in Boston National.
Yeah.
Wednesday have Dominic Thiem, of course.
Yeah, and Zverev. Both guys advanced in their matches. Interesting ones for them. And we'll see. Thiem got past Del Bonis in his own
Coming from a set down. 4-6, he lost the first set. Second set, 6-3, 7-5. It was a hard-fought victory for him against the Argentine. But then he's going to set up a meeting with Bojan Karic. We'll see how far he will go against Bojan Karic. And we know how Bojan Karic can really go on and see. Now, these two young lads, to see what's going to happen in that one, because it's going to be a big match. Everyone will be anticipating and waiting to see. For the Bonnie, I think he actually tried his best. But when you're playing against Thiem, who is good on his day, so it's always hard, you know, to not put your money on him because of the way he played. And also, in the evening later, you have Zverev also. He was in action. I mean, he had a commanding one over Evgeny Dovskin, 6-2, 7-5. So this was also a tough one for Zverev, especially in the second set.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both guys, we'll see how far they can progress in this one. And, you know, they've had their day. They're still in the tournament. And if you're still in the tournament, who says you can't win it? Although Rafael Nadal will have something to say about that. So some important matches also to look forward to today. The Canadian battle between Milos Raonic and Shapovalov. That's going to be very interesting. We'll see also Rafael Nadal against Schwartzman. But these guys will enjoy this moment first before they get on the court next. But for today, I think I'm looking forward to
the Canadian battle.
Yeah, the Canadian battle. Milos Raonic and, well, Philip Kohlschreiber as well against Kevin Anderson. We now call him Africa's Kevin Anderson.
He's from South Africa, so...
flying the flag, you know, in the top 10. I mean, doing great things. Got a Grand Slam final. Hopefully, we'll see a Nigerian
20 years time. Okay, let's move on to golf right now. Talking about Tiger Woods, is among the favorites for this week's Players' Championship. He will be here. So, he's no longer the man he used to be. He's 42 now, but then he remains, I mean, the favorite. Whenever he's actually in a particular tournament, everyone is always rooting for him. He has won it here twice.
Yes.
2001 and again 2013. Yeah.
And you know, look, the point is, I think Phil Mickelson too alluded to it. Some of the younger generation, if you tell them how good Tiger was, they will look at, can somebody be that good? Yes, he was. And that's why he's looking back with nostalgia, like, you know, hoping he could roll back
the years.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
Okay, now let's listen to him now.
That was a pretty good run back then. You know, I had... you know, all 4 major championships. I had the Players. I had 2 World Golf Championships. I had all the biggest events. I had 1 at the same time. So to hold all those events concurrently was special. You know, that was. I mean, I played well. I thought well. I putted well. I did everything well for, I guess, a few years there. And my level of play then was something that. On hindsight, looking back on it, was pretty high. Not only pretty high, but I held it for a long period of time. It wasn't just for 1 week. I'm just so thankful to be able to have this opportunity again, because I didn't know if I'd ever have it. And trust me, I'm full aware of how special this is for me.
Being back.
Tiger Woods, you know, I'm hanging on to all his words.
Yeah.
He hopes. He says he's thankful and he's happy that he gets the opportunity to be back. For some of us that saw him, it wasn't a mirage. I mean, Tiger was very, very dominant. Let's also listen to, a guy who has faced him countless number of times, who can attest to how good the Tiger really was. And look, tells the young generation, it takes a lot to be as good as Tiger Woods was. And he says he doubts maybe Tiger can ever be back to that. So let's listen to American golfer Phil Mickelson, what he has to say about his rival, his friend, compatriot, Tiger Woods.
I don't think anybody today who wasn't there that witnessed it, and I don't think anybody before will ever see that level of play again. It was the most remarkable golf in the history of the game, and I think unrepeatable. I think it was that good. Going back to, I look at 2000 as being kind of the benchmark at the U.S. Open as being the greatest golf I've ever witnessed, and I believe ever has been played. And it sucked to have to play against them. It really did. You look at it and you say, you know, how am I going to beat this? And you know, there was a stretch there of a number of years that it was so impressive that it was hard to imagine that it was actually happening, that he was hitting some of the shots that he was hitting and playing that well. And the guys today look back and they say, well, come on, you know, how much better could he have been and so forth. And it just shows you that they weren't there to witness it.
Yeah, some of the guys on the scene now, some of them under 25, weren't there to witness it, so some would doubt, but the man was really, really very good. All right, Cecilia, let's
switch to the NBA now. Yeah, the Boston Celtics, well, you know, they're going to face the Cavs in the final. And, I mean, the first series begins on Sunday. But then before they could do that, they were able to just put a stop to whatever they were talking about the 76ers. And this was 112 and 114. So they won the series 4-1. And Jason Tatum was the guy who put them ahead with just 22 seconds left. So before 3 free throws and then that crucial victory. So you say it's a good one for the Celtics. We knew they were going to face, well, wrapping it up and all that. Yeah, I mean, just all your predictions just didn't come to pass.
Yeah, all my predictions, you know, that's a lesson that I'm not a gambler. So Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals will face the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll see how that goes. They ended this round 2 4-1. It didn't get to game 6. So it couldn't get to game 7. So everything is wrapped up now. This is what the Eastern Conference Finals will look like. From yesterday, we already know what's going to be like in the West, where you have the Golden State Warriors doing their thing and reigning supreme. They're going to be facing the Houston Rockets. Okay, so that's it for the NBA. Let's go on a break now. When we return, still so much for you on Sports This Morning.